Today I'm going to be speaking to you all about ways to budget while in college and ways to save money for while you're in college. Budgeting is basically like telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. With just 5 steps, I will show you ways to easily budget and keep track of your savings while in college. RamseySolutions.com lists off many ways on how to plan for your expenses while you're in college. Keeping track of what you earn, how much you spend, creating spending categories, creating a savings goal, and choosing where your money goes is all important things when you're planning to budget for college. Budgeting benefits us in so many ways, like having a clear plan set on where our money is going and keeping track of what we earn, which is important when money is needed for unseen expenses. For example, what would happen if we had a tire blowout and we had the money to that was needed in order to repair that tire, but we spent it on something like clothes, other unnecessary things like fast food and things of that nature when we had the money all along. Additionally, we should also keep in mind our goals and priorities, which leads me on to my next topic of budgeting. We need to have clear goals and our priorities in orders when it comes to spending our money. A budget should follow the goals and priorities you have set up for yourself. When making a budget, you should always be logical, reasonable, and be able to hold yourself accountable. After all, we are becoming young adults in college. Key Point Credit Union is also a great source in ways to list for what you earn, analyze your savings, and track your spending goals. If we aren't capable of holding ourselves accountable with our budgeting, we might come to find ourselves in unstable situations with no clear goals set in mind for our money. This leads me on to my next topic of spending categories. There are things we have to spend money on and things we want to spend money on. Ultimately, the needs come before the wants. Having categories set for what you want is beneficial because it helps you set a clear financial plan of things you want and things you need. For example, we know we absolutely need things like food, toiletries, and etc. But an unnecessary expense will be snacks, food, or perfumes, manicure and stuff, and things of that nature, which some would classify as a category of foods and toiletries, but in reality, we would survive without these things. In addition to that, budgeting is a necessary part of college life, helping with keeping track of what you earn, how much you want to spend, analyzing your saving goals, and keeping track of where your money goes throughout college, which leads me on to my conclusion. With these 5 steps, you're guaranteed to find budgeting and keeping track of your savings in college a lot easier. Remember, you are in control of your finances. You can either become your downfall or be your greatest triumph. Another this one. MyStudyLife.com is also a great source in keeping track of your earnings and budgeting. Here are some diagrams that I have listed in order to help you keep track of your budgeting throughout college. This one. Can y'all read that? It's called My Budgeting Chart. Thank you all for listening to my speech.